Hello, how we doing? Happy Tuesday. My name is Rob. Can you hear me? Somebody can tell me if you can hear me. That'd be awesome. Looks like it works there. Looks like it works here. Waiting for confirmation. Hit like now, only if you can hear me, Karen. Yep. Thank you very much. Our perfect somewhere. All right. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. My name is Rob the Maritimer, and I'll be here for the next 60 to 90 minutes. Not going to be 2, 3, 4 hours like it sometimes is. Yeah, I got stuff to do too. But I'm here to help with whatever you need help with, to talk about whatever you want to talk about, typically around starting YouTube channels, trying to give you that little extra push that some of you might need. And yeah, whatever else you want to talk about. I got a couple things written down that we can start with. First of all, before I get too far into it, I just want to let you know, and Scott would be interested in this, or probably knows, I'm trying this dual streaming thing today. So this is hopefully streaming to both widescreen, regular YouTube channel, as well as the Shorts feed. From what I can see, it doesn't necessarily look like it is working. It looks like it's working on my end, but I can't seem to bring it up on the Shorts feed. So if somebody is watching through Shorts, it'd be awesome if you could let me know, see if that works. And it's a new feature that Ecamm Live just released, coupled with YouTube allowing you to dual stream, and they released that several months ago. So anyways, so we're trying that, and you shouldn't notice a difference. If you're just watching on the regular live stream, nothing's really different for you. Yeah, so there's that. The other thing right off the top, I want to say, get the housekeeping stuff out of the way. How do I share my screen again? Right here. So I've got some free tools for you. I want to say this at the beginning of every stream. If you go to my website, there's also links at the bottom in the description of this live stream that'll take you here to the start here page of my website. And here I've got some free tools for you. If you haven't downloaded them yet, I've got a Kickstart kit that'll help you get started with some ideas, get started on your channel. I've got a stats tracker that you can download for free. It's the same one that I use. I created it. It's not anything terribly complicated, but I did include some instructions on how to use it so you can track your own YouTube channel's growth. And then, of course, Creators Cove is a free online community that I created and host so that you guys can all gather when I'm not live, and you can ask each other questions, ask me questions, and just kind of hang out with like-minded people. So there you go. And the other thing, if I scroll down a little further, you'll notice I offer courses for sale. This is the only time I'll mention this today, but I have reduced the prices of my courses if you're interested in any of those. The Camera Confidence course, Over 40 YouTube course, Live Streaming Made Easy, or you could bundle them all together for one low price. There you go. Sales pitch done. How we doing? Let me get into the chat to see. Wow, 98 people here already. That is tremendous. And who do we got? Scott mentioned this. I was putting some of your comments on screen during the intro. And yes, Scott, it would be awesome if that could be automated. Maybe there's a way it could be automated. I'm not too sure. But no, I was sitting here at my desk just watching it count down, click, 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 and I was putting the messages on screen, just trying something new, see if you guys like that. Is it a good use of my time? Probably not. I could have just said, let's go live, but wanted to see how that worked out and what you thought. So yeah, let me get into this. So yeah, if you have any questions that you want me to answer, feel free to ask. All you got to do is type it in the chat. If you can put 3 Qs in front of it or at the end of it, that would help, because if I want to start searching for questions, I can search for QQQ. Or anything really. I don't know why I decided QQQ. I think I saw somebody else do that before, and I thought, oh, that's a good idea. I don't know of any English words that have 3 Qs in a row in the word, so that works. Yeah, that's it. There is something else I wanted to talk about, but let's just wait a bit on that. So let's get into the chat, see what we got. I've got a question right here. Hi, Rob. About my YouTube channel, got 25 subs, started uploading videos this January, but I'm not seeing any movement on the channel. Some videos is getting more views than others. All right, so have patience. You're too impatient, and I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just this is a long game. YouTube is not a quick fix. 25 subs and you just started in January, you are way ahead of where I was when I started. Okay, 3 subs in the first month. I think maybe 10 in the second month is what I had. It took me a long time. I quit for a couple of years, or a couple, like 3 times over 3.5 years. I quit because I wasn't seeing the growth. But looking back, I understand now, geez, I just had to stop looking at the stats and just concentrate on making new videos. That is where your time is best spent. There's no magic bullet that I could give you, no magic answer on how to grow your channel. Just make videos that other people want to watch. End of story. Don't pay for promotions. don't try to get subscribers and views in any sort of underhanded way, because that will not be rewarded. It has to happen organically, and the only way that can happen is organically. Means it doesn't mean make a good video so that YouTube notices it's a good video and therefore it'll push it out more. That's not what it means. Organic means make a good video so that when people do see it, they really like it, they watch a lot of it, they then might want to stay on YouTube longer. They might want to watch another one of your videos because they like the last one, right? And YouTube will notice that. YouTube doesn't notice how good your video is. YouTube notices how viewers respond to your video. Okay, so it's never YouTube's fault if your videos don't do well. It's always our own fault. If I make a video, it doesn't do well, that's on me, right? I have to do something better. I don't know what it is. It might be, I might have to make a better intro of the video. Maybe I could have made my thumbnail and title better, right? Whatever it is, maybe I could have talked about something that a little more, more people are interested in, right? If I just talk about something that I want to talk about, that doesn't help my channel unless other people also want to talk about that or hear about that. So that's all you can do. Try to get better at making videos, at delivering your message concisely, and satisfying viewers. That's it. If that happens, YouTube will notice, and they'll perhaps give you more impressions, right? So there you go. All right, and I wanted to say that the video that I put out, I think, was it yesterday? Yesterday, Monday, talked about this very thing, why YouTubers fail, why YouTubers don't get the results that they want. Right? It's very common. And it's also common, not just for beginners, but for people who've been at this for a while, right? People, you will experience a lull. You stick with YouTube long enough, you'll be doing YouTube at a time when your views are going down, right? My views right now are worse than they were a month ago, and a month ago they were worse than they were a month before that. So I'm in a period of decline right now. Am I worried? No. Right? It's just, it's just something I work at. Like, try to get better at making videos people want to see. That's all there is to it. That's the game. That's the game. So I think a lot of times we look for other people or other reasons to blame for the lack of progress or success that we wish we had. But it always falls on us. We just have to find a way. And once we find a way, we got to look for another way, because that way is probably going to change. We're going to have to figure something out again. That's how this works. All right. Alrighty, off and running. At winning, what was your before name? Oh, I think that he's talking about, okay, winning the week. Scott, yes, you changed your handle. I like it, because I noticed you talk about winning the week in your live streams, which is clever. Escaping the Suburbs, I think it was your previous name. So that's interesting that you changed that. Very cool. I think it maybe aligns a little more with what you're talking about, so good on you. Let's see now. What else we got? Oh, Karen says, if Rob is streaming in both formats, would that just force the vertical format onto anyone watching on mobile? On StreamYard, this is what happened when I chose both formats. I'm on mobile today. Okay, so good question, Karen. And, oh, here we go. I can pop it up on screen. So, here, let me make that a little bit bigger. There. So to answer your question, no, it won't just show it to anybody who's on Shorts. Only people who are interested in this kind of content. Because if you can imagine, the same reason that when you open up YouTube on a computer, you're only presented with so many choices. YouTube can't present you with all the million choices that were just uploaded in the last 5 minutes, right? They can only show you what they think you want to watch. Same thing with shorts. You start watching certain types of shorts, you're going to start getting more of those types of shorts. And before you know it, your shorts feed is way different than anybody else's. So for the same reason, most people who will be presented with this live in a short format will be people who are somewhat interested in this type of content. Hopefully, if YouTube's doing their job right. But I guess we'll find out today. We'll find out today. I will tell you though, what I noticed is, because I did a test on this on the weekend, or last Friday, and what I've noticed, and it did work then, I don't know if it is working now. I keep trying to refresh my homepage, and I don't see that it's live on mobile right now. But if anybody is watching that, maybe you've already told me. But yeah, no, what I noticed is in YouTube Studio, the numbers that it shows me and the chat that it shows me is only from long form. Okay, so like for example, right now I see there's 138 people watching here on long form. If I look at my YouTube homepage, I will show you this. If I look at my YouTube homepage, I just refreshed this, and we're on the live tab, and we're on latest, and this is what's live right here. It shows 141, so it might lag it a little bit. 141 there, 138 I see in YouTube Studio, but it should show me the mobile version as well. These two here were when I went dual mode on Friday. This is the mobile version, as denoted by this little mobile icon. Okay. But the views here and the views here, they're shown here on this page here. But in YouTube Studio, even when I did that in dual mode, it only showed me the views from this and the chat from that. If I wanted to see the chat from the mobile version, I'd have to click into it like this. I'm not going to play this because that was the mobile version from the test. Here, let's just go a little further in. That would be the mobile chat, okay? And that was the only way I could see it, except for the fact that I was using Ecamm Live, right? And as you know, Ecamm Live brings in the chat so that I can display them on screen. And the chat that Ecamm Live brings in was the consolidated chat, the chat from long form and short form. I noticed that in Ecamm, so that was great. But I'm a little bit dismayed as to why it's not showing today in the shorts form content. I've got a dual mode here and I've got a dual mode here. So who knows? But I'm not going to let it bother me. We'll keep plugging away. All right. Hi, Rob, watching from Hudson Valley, New York. Hello, Connie. How you doing? Scattered Adams, how are you doing? Retired Projects in Portland. Hello. I see it at the top of page 141. Okay, I don't know what you're referring to there. I'm kind of going backwards here. Let's see. Here's a question. The Pat Tracker, or the Pat Racker? PA Tracker? Question. When uploading a new video, should you leave it private or unlisted for 24 to 48 hours before making it public? So as with any answer I typically give, I often say, you know, try it one way, then try it another way, see what works best. But for this, personally, I would not upload anything unlisted if you eventually want to make it public. Because, like, for example, if you upload something unlisted and you keep it unlisted, let's say for a month, and then you make it public, the original upload date will still be set from when you uploaded it, like a month earlier. So I don't know. To me, that could throw things off a little bit. If you want a nice solid start, and YouTube, all signals point to it being a solid start, upload it private first. Okay, private, and then switch it to public when you're ready. But your question was not that. Your question was, should you leave it private or unlisted for 24 to 48 hours? No, this is something I fairly strongly believe that doesn't matter. YouTube does not need time to figure your video out before, you know, deciding who to show it to, who to perhaps give impressions to. They don't need that time. They don't start testing until your video is public anyways. So just make it public whenever you want. The only reason I would ever schedule it for another time is if, let's say I put out a video today, but I have another one ready to go. I don't necessarily want to post it on the same day I posted another video. I might want to wait 2 or 3 or 4 days, right? So then I'll schedule that other one out a few days. Or if I feel like my videos do better if I put them out between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., but it's ready at 7 a.m., I might just schedule that for 3 hours later. Like I upload it at 7 a.m., it's ready to go. I don't want it to go out yet because most of my viewers are typically asleep. That's what my stats, my analytics tell me. So I'll schedule it for 3 or 4 hours later, and then I'll go and do whatever I was going to do. So those are the only reasons that I would ever schedule. Otherwise, if I upload a video, which actually happened on yesterday, wow, Monday seems like 3 days ago. Yesterday, I had a video ready to go. Let's see now. I wanted to put it out at 10 a.m., but it wasn't ready. So I think it was closer to noon by the time I finished everything, like the thumbnail and everything. And then I just published it right away. Okay, so that's what I did. Alrighty, let's see now what else we got. How's everybody's week going anyways? Good evening from Sweden. Line, how you doing? Good to see you. Let's see. Anybody watching from the Shorts feed? When starting a new channel, do you recommend a dedicated email address and associated socials as opposed to creating your channel's social media pages within your personal social media account? Whew, that was a long... So let me try to find that. Where is... Oh, no. Let me try to put that up on screen. That's a good question. Here we go. When starting a new channel, do you recommend a dedicated email address and associated socials as opposed to creating your channel's social media pages within your personal? It all depends on what you plan on doing with your channel. So first of all, I don't believe having other social accounts exactly match up with your YouTube channel name. I don't think that's incredibly important. It doesn't matter that much. Because what you're going to want to do anyways is just focus on one platform. If YouTube is it, just focus on YouTube. I wouldn't even worry too much about the other ones. But if that's important to you, then you can absolutely create those as well. I would lean towards creating a new name for them and not doing it under your personal name. It just gives you more flexibility in case you ever want to change your channel name, for instance, right? I struggled with that when I came up with the name for this channel. I didn't know what to call it because I didn't know what the channel was going to be about when I started. I didn't know I was going to talk about YouTube. I felt like I wanted to really get into YouTube and eventually talk about it, but I didn't know enough when I was starting. So I didn't know how to grow on YouTube. So I didn't want to try to tell other people how to do it. So I ended up starting out teaching people how to edit videos, which is what I was doing at the time anyways. But I didn't know if I ever wanted, if I wanted to stay in that niche long term. So I just used my name and Maritimer. I live in the Maritimes, one of the maritime provinces of Canada. So Rob the Maritimer just kind of worked. It's more about who I am than what I do, and that's fine for a channel name. And you can always change your channel name, anyways. All right, let's see now. Let me see. Okay, I answered that one. I saw this as I was waiting. Steve, you drove past my doppelganger. You sure it wasn't me? Although I was not in Scotland, so it probably wasn't me. Okay, I answered that one. Michael, my first video is going up later today or tomorrow. Congrats, Michael. That's awesome. It feels very scripted, even though I was just working from notes. Any further tips on fixing that? Just practice? Yep, I'm afraid so. It's just practice. I mean, you could always do it again, right? If you're not totally happy with what you've done, but I highly discourage you from doing that. I would, even if you're not happy with it, I would upload that because that'll set your bar, right? You upload your first video, even if you're not happy with it, that sets your bar, right? The bar that you want to beat next time with your next video. And yes, it's just going to take practice. I went through the same thing. When I first started trying to, I had notes, but I wanted to deliver it. Like the first time I watched myself back on camera, I didn't feel like I was expressive enough. To me, I was boring, and just stuff I tried to work on. Right. I tried everything from talking in a much lower voice and quieter, kind of like this, and then also exaggerating everything and talking like this, right? And just kind of play it back. I felt silly doing it, but it was a good exercise. Like I watch it back. It's like, okay, that's a little too boring. That's too over the top. Let's try something in the middle, and just play with stuff like that, right? And eventually you'll find your comfort zone. I would think that you'll probably land somewhere close to the way you talk normally to people in your everyday life, right? But maybe not about boring things. try to picture yourself talking to somebody that's close to you, about something you're really excited about. Like, I don't know, if you're a sports fan, let's say you're a baseball fan, you're a Yankees fan, and maybe the Yankees just won a game, and how would you describe that awesome win that they had? Like kind of walk that through somebody who might also be a fan but never watched the game. How would you describe that? Maybe you'd get a little bit more excited talking about that, and maybe record yourself trying to do that, like just by yourself though, but pretend you're talking to somebody else, and watch that back. And how did you look there? Did you seem a little more excited? Was it a little more watchable? Did you like it more? Do you think others might like it better? Right? Just practicing things like that, I think, might help. But ultimately, yes, practice. Practice, practice, practice. Not a question. Doesn't seem like I can find you in shorts. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I thought I did everything right, but maybe not. Or maybe there's a bug. Actually, I just updated Ecamm Live before I went live. Maybe that introduced a bug. It doesn't work. I don't know. Let's see. Question. I'm creating up to 100 videos, and then I plan to create my YouTube channel. Not really a question, but I have a question for you. Why are you waiting until you have 100 videos before you create a channel? I would create a channel. If I had one video made, I'd create a channel and put it up, and then start working on your next video. It doesn't help you at all to stockpile videos. I would just start posting. So that's a question for you. Hey Rob, is 175 subs for making videos for a year and a half bad? No, and there's really no way to answer that. Everybody grows at different rates. What I would do if I were you is I would dig into your own analytics and just see like 175 videos. Are you being consistent? Are you always talking to the same people? Are all your videos targeted towards the same people? Are they interested? Are they watching a lot of your videos? If you feel like you should be getting more subscribers, start asking them to subscribe. Try to involve them more. Like ask them questions. Try to get them to start commenting in the comment section. Things like that might help. But it might have to do with your niche as well. Maybe your niche is so specific that there's not a lot of people searching for it. Might just take longer to grow. There's all kinds of different things. It might be that you need to level up your video making. That might help you grow faster. So all kinds of things you can try, and that's the key thing. Try new things, see how they work. Do more of what works and less of what doesn't. Let's see. Hey, Rob, can you explain how to use the option of adding a quiz at the end of your videos when uploading? Thanks. Let me write that down, because no, I can't, because I've never done that. Quiz at end of video. How? There you go. I'll get back to you with that. I don't know how to do that. Repeating my question with QQQ. Very good. I have 4 subscribers in 3 weeks with 15 videos. Is this crap? That's not a question. I can't answer that. So no, it's not crap. 4 subscribers in 3 weeks. I had 3 subscribers in 4 weeks. Right? Everybody grows at different rates. I know people who got 5,000 subscribers within their first month. Okay, so there's no, you can't measure your channel against other people's channels. If you want to increase the way you grow, or the rate at which you grow, you got to get better at making videos, right? If you feel like you should be growing more, and there's things you can look at. Are your views down? You want them, well, then you need people to click on your thumbnails and titles more. Make better thumbnails, make better titles that people are searching for. Actually, that's an important thing when you're just starting out. I think when a channel is brand new, I think search is more important, right? If you just make a general video, vlog style video that there's really no keywords to search on, that's going to be pretty hard to start a channel that way. But if you start a channel and you specifically try to help somebody with something, right? How to operate a wheelbarrow. I don't know, right? But somebody might search for that term, and your video could pop up. And if you want to end up having a gardening channel, then maybe that's a good video to start with. Or maybe you want to how to plant tulips. Okay, people might search for tulips. Spring is coming up. They might search for how do I get I want a tulip garden. How do I get that? So make videos with tulips as your keyword. Right? So that might help get the ball rolling if you focus on keywords that people could search for. But as your channel starts growing, browse tends to take over. Like if people start watching and liking your videos, and YouTube notices that, then they'll start putting your videos in other people's recommended list, or up next, or on their YouTube homepage, right? And you could get more views that way. So anyways, hope that helps. Hey, Rob, have you ever scheduled videos out in the future? Yeah, I have, and I did talk about this a little bit earlier, but sometimes I'll schedule it for a couple hours later in the day if I know my viewers typically watch. I typically get more views in the middle of the day, right? If my video is ready early in the morning, I might wait and publish it a few hours later. Or if I published a video today already and I have another one ready, in the way I think about it is I don't want to stunt the growth or the potential growth of the video that I've just posted. So I'll give it some breathing room, and I'll post my next one, a few days from now. So if it's ready today, though, I can still upload it, and I'll just schedule it a few days from now. So those would be the only two reasons I'd ever schedule it out in advance. Otherwise, I'll just post it when it's ready, or when I'm ready. All right, I wanted to talk about one other thing real quick, and then I'll get back to some questions. I made a couple videos talking about social media addiction. Talked about the court case in California a couple weeks ago, where the young lady won her court case over YouTube and Meta, and was awarded $6 million. And I made a video kind of talking about that, and just basically advising creators, this is something you might want to pay attention to, because we don't know where this is going to go. It could be a big deal. Like if that is allowed to stand, and like the large companies have said they're going to appeal it, but if they lose that appeal, there's a potential there for a lot of other people to sue them as well, right? Because precedent will have been set. So I made a video talking about that, and that was this one here. Something just happened to YouTube. Here's what you need to know. All right, so that's what that. And so I then made another video, this one here, Am I the Problem? I mean, that was in response to, I got a couple of comments in the previous video that basically said, hey, Rob, you put an ad in your video about making shorts, but shorts are kind of part of the problem, getting people addicted. How do you feel about that? Aren't you kind of talking out of both sides of your mouth? I'm paraphrasing. So I talked about that. So I made a video about that. And it got me thinking. So no, I do not believe I or any creator is part of the problem. We are using tools that are given to us by these platforms. Now, one can argue, are platforms part of the problem? Probably. Individuals? Yeah, probably. In fact, that's probably most of the comments kind of pointed the fingers toward individuals, except where it comes to kids. And this is kind of where I've got some fairly strong thoughts on kids and how they're affected by social media. Solutions, I don't have any. I don't know what the solution is, but I feel like there needs to be one. Now, whether it's, kids are taught better how to deal with these things in schools, maybe that's an option. Parents obviously have a responsibility to teach their kids as much as they can. But not every parent knows, about. Not everybody's on social media and may not know how to teach against getting addicted. And also it's a personality thing. Like some people are more prone to getting addicted to things like this, right? So, but the end result is it's a problem, right? And there are kids, there's people, a lot of people, but right now I'm just talking about kids. There's a lot of kids that struggle with this, and they may not even know it, but we as adults can see it, right? How much time they spend on their phones, maybe not doing homework, not going outside and hanging out with kids, and also depression and anxiety and all that stuff. I feel like is growing, right? Like I don't have any stats to give you, but I've seen and heard enough to believe that the rates of anxiety, depression, even suicides, stuff like that, are all higher now since social media came about. Not blaming social media per se, but whatever the reason, a lot of kids are struggling today. So even though I don't think creators themselves are necessarily at fault, I think creators have a platform that maybe they could be part of the solution. Is kind of where my head's at. Like maybe there's something I can be saying or doing that might help. Right? And I don't know where this is going. Like who knows? The platforms might end up. Maybe they're going to be forced to put little ads between videos to say, "Have you been watching long enough? Are you watching too much?" Like, you know what I mean? They might, similarly to the way there's ads, like negative ads, like "Stop, don't smoke these, they're going to kill you," right? Ads right on a pack of cigarettes, right? Something like that may happen. I don't know, but anyways, I was trying to think what could I do? Like I don't know what I could do other than the only thing I came up with was maybe get involved with some kind of a charity or something. Um, I actually have thought about, well, I could say, like, what if I turn all of my live streams into, any super chats that are given, I'll turn around and donate the proceeds to that. But don't do that. I decided against that because YouTube keeps 30% of anything you donate through super chats. So that's not going to work. So what I decided to do, and this is not going to necessarily apply to everybody, but I'm in Canada, so I chose a charity in Canada. If you look in the description below this live stream and my last few videos, I've signed up with, it's called Kids Help Phone. Okay, so if anybody feels inclined to donate to Kids Help Phone, I've got a link. I get nothing from it. I just put my name. I had to give it a name. I put my name. I attached it to it. Let me just show you. So my most recent video, if I go there, so right here, support Kids Help Phone, Canada Help. So I put that link at the top of my descriptions, the last couple of videos, and I'm going to do that going forward. And anybody who wants to can click there and they can donate now to that cause. And so what that does is it helps what we do here in Canada, and maybe whatever country you're in does something similar, but we have something that it's a phone line, it's a hotline that if anybody is having trouble, they need to talk to somebody. Maybe kids are having trouble, and it doesn't even have to do with social media. It could be anything. Think of a, I don't know, 13-year-old girl, 14-year-old girl, maybe got pregnant, right? And doesn't feel safe talking to her parents about it. She can call this line and have somebody to talk to. So that's what I've decided to try to help. And I'm going to donate to that. And if you guys want to do that, you're welcome to. I'm going to keep a link in the description of my videos on my live streams. And I may put that in some of my videos going forward. So anyways, I think it's, if you have a platform, maybe think of a way that you might be able to use it for some good too, I guess, because a lot of people have said, like, this shouldn't all be about just trying to make money. And I agree with that. So anyways, that's all I want to say about that. I did not want to get into the debate as to whose fault is it. The social media addiction, is it parents, platforms, kids, schools, government, like who's responsible and all this. I just kind of wanted to get you all thinking about it. And I got a lot of spirited comments, and that's awesome. Love that. I didn't really respond to many of the comments in that video with my opinion. Okay, most of it was I just gave a heart or thanks for sharing or whatever, right? Because I just wanted you guys to talk it out and get you guys thinking about it. It's not something where I'm kind of planting my flag over here and prove me wrong. Like I'm not, because I don't think it's an easy solution. I don't think just one person's to blame, and I don't think the solutions are easy. So, anyways, that's it for my speech. Let me get back into the questions. See what else you guys want to talk about or have questions about. Let's see. Do you have any tips on how to create hooks in your short intro without too much editing? Yeah. So yes. So I mean, I can tell you what my favorite way is. Well, no. Here's what I think is both time effective, like it's efficient, but also kind of does the job in terms of keeping people engaged. Because quite often I'll go outside and I'll record it myself. I'll record a video, and the beginning is whatever it is. Like I try several times usually to get it right. That's why I sometimes end up with bloopers that I put at the end of my videos. But eventually I'll get it to the way I think, okay, that went pretty good. Let's just keep going. But then quite often I'll get back in here, I'll put it on the computer and I'll start editing it. I'll find the good copy and I'll start listening to it and I'll think, no, that's not tight enough. It's not, I'm going to lose people here. I'm going to lose people here. But I've already filmed it, and done is better than perfect because there's no such thing as perfect. So I'm going to go with it anyways. So how do I fix it? So and you're right, if I start chopping it up and chopping out all the dead space, it's going to look choppy, right? I can tighten up the dialogue, but the video part, like when you cut the dialogue, you're cutting the video too. And you scrunch it all together, and the video is going to look choppy. So the way I fix that is I throw B-roll over top of that. And that's why in some of my videos, you'll notice that I'm starting to talk, but what you see on screen is me getting ready to talk, or me leaving the house, or me, walking down the trail, or me adjusting the camera, right? I'm getting ready. And that's because I press record on my camera before I'm ready to talk, and I'm recording maybe up to 5 minutes. And that's also capturing all of the bad takes, and it keep recording and captures all the good stuff. So when I find where the good part begins, I make one main cut, delete all the audio, before that cut, but the video portion I kind of put off to one side, and then the good part I bring it back to the beginning, and then what I do with that 5 minutes of just video of me with no audio, I'll look for maybe a minute of that is somewhat engaging, or, oh, they might find this interesting. Oh, they can see the ocean there. They might like that. Oh, those trees are nice and green. They might like that. So whatever it is, I'll put that I'll just put that over top of all of my little cuts of the intro to hide all those jarring cuts, right? And sometimes the B-roll I might cut here and there, but not as much as, the actual real audio of the, call it A-roll voiceover. I mean, a lot of people say that's voiceover, but really I didn't do it like voiceover. Voiceover is typically if you record the voice only and then you put that in your video. But mine just looks like voiceover, but it really wasn't. There was a video part to it. I was looking at the camera. I just didn't like all the cuts of the video. So I put B-roll over top of it so you didn't see, so anyway, that's what I do. And that means I did not have to shoot any extra B-roll because it was already captured. Now, I could, like if I wanted to capture some extra B-roll, thinking that I might want to include a part of something else in that intro, I will, but usually I don't. And yeah, so as long as the background is moving and things are changing on screen, I think that's enough. That coupled with your story being nice and tight, your intro being delivered tight, those two things together, as long as your topic is interesting to people, they should keep people watching. So that's my idea. That's what I've been doing lately. See if that works. See if that works. Okay, let's see now. Let's go. What else we got? Let's see. Melody over 40. Hi, Rob. Hi, Melody. I have a small channel, around 300 subscribers, calm niche, so no Mr. Beast-like faces. Okay. My CTR is often very low, but my average view duration is good. What replaces big emotion for click-through rate? Clear, situation, or curiosity? Okay, I changed a setting and it's making the comments disappear, but I think I've set it to like 15 or 20 seconds. I'll pop it up again. So what replaces big emotion? Okay, so I see your faces in your avatar. Awesome, love that. Therefore, since you're doing that, I would highly suggest you put your face in all your thumbnails as well. And maybe you're already doing that. I think did you say that? No, not necessarily. But yeah, put yourself in all your thumbnails. Make yourself nice and large, like zoomed in, and maybe your face off to the side and some text on the other side. Natural background. Okay, this is what I like. Sometimes thumbnails are, it's a taste thing. It's whatever you like. Some people will use a solid color. They'll remove themselves from the photo and put a solid color behind them. I personally like natural backgrounds just because sometimes that just can make one thumbnail look a little different than the other. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. As long as you're nice and clear, right? Good contrast between you and the background, and the text is nice and clear. The other thing I'll say is, I don't love it when people have one photo of themselves that they reuse every time on every thumbnail. I think it would be better if you took a photo or a screenshot of yourself from within the video you're making the thumbnail for. Take a screenshot from within that video and just a screenshot where your facial expression, it matches the expression you want in the thumbnail. Okay? And this might get you thinking, well, what if I can't find that expression? I've run into that. I don't make my thumbnail before the video. I know some people say, oh, you should make the thumbnail first. I always have an idea of what the thumbnail is going to be, and it's usually pretty simple. It's going to be me, and there's going to be text, and that's it. Other than that, I know I'm going to take an image from within my video and put that on the thumbnail, because I think having that continuity is good. For example, if I'm wearing my blue hat in the thumbnail, I should be wearing it in the video, or vice versa, really. I'll wear it in the video first. Okay, I want to use a picture of whatever I was wearing there, and with that background. Like, the point is, I think it's important, not everybody does this, and it can work without doing this, but I think it's a good idea that whatever your thumbnail looks like, what you're wearing, what's in the background, right? When people click on that and your video starts playing, that they see continuity. What they see in the video somewhat matches what they saw in the thumbnail. I think that's important. It doesn't have to be exact. Obviously, there's going to be text on the thumbnail, or maybe not, but right. But then, yeah. So one thing you can do is, and I've done this before too. I've gotten back here and I'm looking for, okay, what I'm talking about here is a confusing subject. And my title is kind of it's for people who are confused about something. So maybe I want to I want a confused look on my face or something, but I didn't make that face in my video. So now what? Well, I'll just have to find something and go with it. But then I remember, okay, next time I probably should put a little bit of thought into what maybe I want a confused look. Like if I'm thinking along those lines, then what you can do is when you press record and start making your video, maybe just go through a couple different poses, like oh wow, or yes, or like just do a bunch of those things and over this side a bit and over this side a bit, right? Because it gives you some options if you want to be on this side of the thumbnail or that side. Right? So just kind of go through a couple of poses for 15 seconds while you're recording, the same recording that you're then going to just start talking to the camera on, and just know, okay, the beginning of this recording, I have, I can go through that and pick a screenshot out of that, right? So that'll give you some options. That's, I don't know if I answered your question. Did I answer your question? CTR is often very low. Yeah, so you want people to click. So I mean that could, your CTR being low means your title and thumbnail together aren't generating enough curiosity, or it doesn't even have to be curiosity. It just could be something people don't want to watch. So yeah, you could try to generate curiosity with your title and thumbnail, and the image of you. Whether the image of you looks like has the proper expression, or the expression you want or not. I mean, it would help if it does, but the reason I put my face in my thumbnails isn't to increase CTR. It might even hurt it, right? I don't know, but the reason I do it is for branding. Like I want people to be able to see a thumbnail of mine and say, oh, Rob's got a new video out, click. They may not have even registered what the text was on the thumbnail or in the title. They just clicked. That's where you want to get to if you are putting yourself in your videos, your thumbnails, your avatar, right? You're the brand. You are your brand. You are what makes your videos different than somebody else in your niche who makes similar videos. You're the difference. So, you will naturally start growing your channel with people who like the way you make videos, right? Just naturally. YouTube will put your videos out in front of people they think want to watch. Some people will like you, some people won't. The ones who do, perhaps, will subscribe. So over time, you're going to be building a bunch of subscribers, a pool of subscribers who like you and like the way you deliver your stuff. So it's those people that if they see a thumbnail of yours and your face is large enough that they can recognize who you are, like not way back here and your face is small, you want to be right up there, half the thumbnail if you can. That's where you want to get to, and that could help increase your click-through rate, right? So anyway, I hope that helps. I should move on. Get to some more questions. When uploading a new video, should you leave it private? Oh no, sorry, I already answered that. No. Well, I mean, you could leave it private, not unlisted, and only if you're not ready to go yet. I'm building a new channel around a new RV owner, leaning toward, learning towing with a 2025 F-150. Okay, so that's a Ford truck, for those who don't know. What would you double down on to grow this the fastest? You're building it around a new RV owner, learning towing. Okay, so I know a little something about that. I've towed boats before. Learning how to tow, specifically how to back a boat into the water, can be difficult and could be comical. That might generate some ideas. I don't know. Like if you're trying to back something into a tight parking spot, that might make for a funny video, I guess. Or how to back. I don't know. Sorry, that's not your question. What would you double down on? I don't really know how to answer that. You want to get clear on who you're making your videos for. Centered around a new RV owner. So if you're trying to reach people who are going to be newbies with RVs, who want to learn how to tow something, a car, I guess, or a trailer, I would start off by making how-to videos and make them searchable, like how to tow a utility trailer, how to hook up your trailer, how to hook up your trailer to a battery, how to back it into a tight parking spot. Like, right? I would come up with a bunch of ideas of things that would be helpful for somebody in that situation to know. Things they're going to have to know. What are they going to have to know? Someone buys a new RV and they buy a trailer, and now they don't know what to do. What's the first thing you think they need to know? Make a video about that. This is what you need to know. And in that video, you could say, you know what? There are all kinds of things you need to know about this. But what would you like me to make a video about next? Let me know. Let me know down below. And the first one to give me a really good idea, I'll make that video next. Right? And try to get others to tell you what to make for them. So that's what I would do. Let's see. Is Nexus Clips dead? It's appearing that way. Help. I don't know about that. I haven't used it in a week or so, but I don't know why it would be dead. Oh, it does say page not found. Huh. Maybe there's a maybe there's an interrupt in the internet. I don't know. I have not heard anything. Question, I have 450 subs, but most of my views come from new viewers. Very few are subs and casual viewers. Should I try doing live or should I wait? With 450 subs, yeah, you can absolutely go live if you're ready. If you have something you want to talk about, that could help. Absolutely. The more people know that you are interacting with your subscribers, the more people perhaps would want to subscribe. Rob, please talk a bit about speaking naturally and authentically on camera. Give us some tips and advice from your experience. I mean, I could talk a lot about this. I'll try to keep it relatively short, but it's hard. I understand it's hard. It took me a long time to actually just start doing it. I spent years with a teleprompter and trying to perfect that before I just like threw my hands up and this is not working. I mean, it works, but it just didn't look natural. What finally worked for me was writing down a few bullet points. And actually, this is something I'm going to be making a video about. We talked about it in yesterday's class. The process I go through to generate my bullet points and what works for me. So bullet points, what works for me is not too many notes, just a couple of words that kind of remind me what to talk about, right? And then I picture, and I know I've said this before, but it's what works for me. Most of my videos are me answering a question, okay? So if we're starting there, if you want to make a video where you're maybe the title is a question and your video answers that question. So that was the case with me, and that's what I typically do. So what I'll do is I will picture a friend of mine just asked me the question that I've come up with for the title. Someone who doesn't know YouTube. So in my case, it's YouTube because that's what my channel's about. So I help people get started with YouTube. So let's say one of my friends who doesn't do YouTube at all, but maybe they're considering it. Maybe they have a business and they're whatever, and maybe they ask me like why, like whatever the question is, like why do you think I should start a YouTube channel? Why do you think I think YouTube is saturated? Everything's been talked about. There's billions of videos out there. How can, it's probably too late, isn't it? Okay, so there's the question. Is it too late to start YouTube for me, somebody who doesn't know anything? And then I'll answer him, and I'll picture him while looking at the lens. Like in my mind, I'm walking with him, but I'm holding my camera up, right? And I'll just look at it every once in a while, and I'll answer the question like I'm answering it to him. So I gotta assume nothing. I can't assume he knows anything. I guess that depends on what you're talking about in the video or who your target audience is. But in my case, my target, I'm assuming he doesn't know anything about it. So I will answer that question. And if I feel like I'm speaking over his head, then perhaps I have to dial it back a bit and lower. I don't know if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like you got to explain it to. No, I'm kind of contradicting myself here. In my case, I wanted to explain it to somebody as if they didn't know anything about the subject, and then I just talk about it. I just try to explain it. I don't know how else to put that. I mean, I've been asked over the years for help with computer stuff. I've always been interested in computers, software, how things work, and if somebody has a problem with something, I could often help them with that. And maybe I've just gotten good at being able to explain myself clearly. And if it's not clear, kind of back up and re-explain it a little. If I explain it to somebody who's 18 years old, like in grade 12 math, but they're only in grade 9, I have to dial it back a bit and explain it to like as if they're in grade 8 or something. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that answered your question. What was the? So yeah, so a tip would be to pretend you're speaking to a close friend. That's, I guess, the bottom line there. Pretend you're speaking to a close friend. That might help you feel more comfortable, and it might help you speak more naturally. But I also want to say that I think a lot of us try too hard to be really good on camera, right? We've got this image in our mind as to what we want to look and sound like on camera, but whenever we record ourselves and watch it back, we do not like the way we look and sound. It's not what we wanted, right? And to that, I will say you're probably never going to be happy with that. Time for a drink. It's okay if you're not perfect. In fact, it's probably better that way. Um, I can tell you that there are videos that I've made that I got everything right, right? Maybe it was a simple demonstration on how to edit a video, whatever. And yeah, I hit all the points there. That's great. That's exactly how you do it. That was a great video. And I even spoke well through it. It's all good. Um, so for example, a video like that, I've had videos like that that have not done well, but I've had other videos where, you know, after I finish recording it and then I go to edit it and I'm thinking, oh, geez, no, I forgot that and I forgot this. I could have said that differently. Um, I said like my grammar was wrong. I said this things instead of these things, like just little things like that. Like I often mess up with my grammar and the way I pronounce certain words. I mess it up sometimes. I was not an English major, far from it. My daughter is, and she's going to be an English teacher, so that's good. But I mess up sometimes, and I can tell you from experience in doing this, the more I mess up in my videos, whether it's mispronunciation or just using the wrong words or pausing and not knowing what to say next, but leaving all that in, the more of that's in my videos, the more relatable I am, and the more it's okay. Like the proof is in my analytics. Those videos do better. They get more views, and people watch for longer. Um, you know, so people aren't looking for perfect unless you tell them you're perfect. Don't do that. You'll never hear me say I'm an expert YouTuber and I know all there is to know about YouTube, so, you know, come work with me or ask me. I've got all the answers. You'll never hear me say that. I will speak from experience. I'll share with you the things that I've learned based on the things that I've done and, you know, experiments I've run and things like that. That doesn't mean my experiment, like any conclusion that I come to based on what I've done and seen, that doesn't even mean that it's like that's going to work for you too. That it might not. But I'm here to share my journey and in the hopes that that helps others. And that's the way I frame this whole thing. That's the way I frame myself, my channel, as, you know, this is me, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm noticing, these are my results, this is what's working, this is what's not, this is what I did. So there's your information. Now, take that and run and see if you can make it work for you. And we can talk about it, right? So I never tell anybody I'm an expert. I think that's a dangerous path. I think if you position yourself as the expert in anything in a video, you're almost inviting criticism, pushback, right? Because I can almost guarantee you this. Whatever your niche, whatever you want to make videos about, there's somebody out there who knows more than you do about that thing. I'd be willing to bet that for anybody, right? There's somebody out there who knows more than you do about what you want to make videos about. So don't say you're an expert. Just say you're sharing your experience. This is what I've learned. Might not work for you, right? Like that kind of language. People appreciate that. And you'll get less pushback too. So anyways, sorry, Michael, I got a super chat and I'm going to acknowledge it right now. Thank you so much, Michael. No question, just sending thanks. I appreciate that, Michael. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Teacher Kelly Tag. I just noticed you said hi. Felinex's journey. Although I have slow growth, I am not stopping. We got to keep pushing up, forward. Well said. Well said. Best to be yourself and just build confidence in yourself, right? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and the confidence will come with practice. But yeah, just be yourself. Be yourself. Actually, I should have said that. That was a perfect answer to the question. Be yourself. Um, I've tried to be other people before, and it does not work very well at all. So there you go. All right, let's see what else we got here. I know the common advice is to not quit your day job before doing YouTube full time. 100%, definitely. I didn't get a choice. Okay. Any advice for building a revenue source in YouTube in about 12 months? Yeah, no, I will never guarantee that you can do that. I mean, if you're very intentional about doing that, then I would sit down and come up with a plan. Uh, you need to get a pad of paper and a pen or pencil, or if electronically, Notion or Notepad or Notes app or whatever works for you. I like writing stuff on paper, but start brainstorming ideas. What do you want to make a channel about? What can you help people with? That's where I would start. What can you help people with? Right? Start there. And maybe somewhere in there's a niche. And if you don't think you can help people with anything, then you just start thinking, okay, well, what am I good at? Or what do I enjoy? What are the things I like? Somewhere in there is a niche that you can make a whole bunch of videos about, but you only probably have to come up with maybe 5 or 6 or maybe 10. I don't know. Like, start with a handful of ideas, video topics that you can talk about, all geared towards helping people with this thing that you've identified. And then you can start making videos about it. Try to get in the habit of asking questions of your viewers. See what they thought of your video. Do they think something different than you did? Let me know in the comments below. Like, get in the habit of trying to engage with them. I'd put in a plan to go live at some point early on, within a month or two probably of getting started. And make yourself available. Even if you're going live just by yourself, that's still practice for going live for when people do show up. Right? And then it gets a whole lot easier when people show up to your lives and ask questions. Then you just answer them, like what I'm doing right here. Right? I only had a couple small points to talk about at the beginning of this live, and I've just been interacting with you guys ever since. So yeah, and then at some point you want to start thinking about, well, how else can I help them? What can I offer them? What can I offer them for free? Start building an email list with a lead magnet. What can you offer them? Like what can your business model be? Is there something that you can create, a digital product? Right? So you want to start thinking along those lines, even though you don't necessarily have to set that up in the beginning, right? But start thinking about where could it go, right? So, but then just concentrate in the beginning on building trust. And you do that by helping people. Be helpful with your videos. That'll build up the trust, and just keep showing up for them. Showing up in live streams, in the comments. Always answer comments until you can't, until there's too many. But do the best you can with that. And then opportunities will come. So good luck with it. Monkey Ranch, do you think there's a certain amount of arrogance or narcissism that's needed to be a YouTuber? I can be confident on camera, but don't like everyone looking at me. Okay. Do I think arrogance or narcissism is needed? No, absolutely not. I don't. I don't feel like I'm any of those things, but I guess who knows? But I'm not a therapist. But no, I don't think that's needed. The fact that you don't like everyone looking at you, I think that's just a mindset shift that you need. I don't ever think that way. Like, I don't think that, oh, wow, 4,000 people were watching me today or whatever. I don't think that way. And if it helps kind of reframe your mindset, think of making a video as just having a conversation with one other person. right? Like there's really only ever one person watching you at a time, anyways. It's not like you're on stage in front of a room full of people, right? People are all People from all over the world are choosing to watch your video like one at a time, okay? And that might help if you think about it that way. Um, it's interesting because I've had conversations with people who are very comfortable on stage. One woman in particular told me that she's been on stage with like 20,000 people. I can't remember if she was a comedian or something, but she was on stage and she's very comfortable. She feeds off that. And especially if she, maybe get the crowd going and she's good in that situation. I would probably melt. Like I that's always been a big fear of mine, like being in front of a whole bunch of people. I always avoided it in school. So there's two different types of people. Now, this woman I'm referring to, she told me that she has a problem talking to the camera, and it's just that it's not comfortable. And part of it is that I think we decided or learned that it's because she doesn't get feedback from a camera, right? If you're one that is okay with an audience and you get feedback from the audience and you can maybe ask some questions or think of comedians who interact with hecklers, say. Some are good at that, right? And they love it when that happens. Same kind of thing. If a comedian who excels in that kind of scenario were to try to make a video in a big empty room just staring at one lonely camera, they may have a problem with that and they may not be able to deliver that as well as they would in a room full of people. On the flip side, you've got someone like me who probably would freeze up in a room full of people, but to a camera, I'm okay because to me, again, in my mind, I'm talking to one person and it's somebody I know and somebody who's asked me a question that they don't know anything about and I know the answer to, or I can at least guide them, right? So I don't think that is an arrogant thing or a narcissistic thing. And I don't think you need to have any of those traits. No. There you go. Okay, if I make the video public, would you watch it and critique it for me? No, I can't. Sorry. That would be a channel review. I used to sell that as a service, but I just don't have the time to do that. But what I would do is critique it yourself, right? Watch your own video back and try to look at it through the lens of other people and see where you might be able to improve and then get to work on your next video. Like forget that first video and get to work on your next one. And good luck with that. Thank you, Heidi, for reminding people. Yeah, put 3 Qs there and I will see or I should, I may not see them all, but hey, Rob, interested to hear your thoughts on using things like Botrix to help moderate live streams. We don't do a lot of them, so not expecting a horde in the chat, but have one coming up. So I'm not familiar with Botrix. I will write it down. Might take a look at it. Botrix. But yeah, no. Honestly, what I do is I've reached out to a couple people, and you may see them here. Catherine, I see her there, and Scott was here earlier. They are moderators for me in this channel. So yeah, when you start live streaming, you don't typically start with a whole bunch of people that you can't moderate yourself, right? But once you start getting to a point where you just can't keep up, then you may want to reach out to some people who are always on your stream or quite often on your stream and just ask them, hey, would you like to be a moderator? That means that you can delete inappropriate messages, people who are spamming, things like that, right? And you can get your audience to help you. And that's another great way to interact with your audience. So I think I've only had moderators like in the last year or so. Scott, I'm still here. Yeah, thank you, Scott. And Catherine's here. I'm here. Thank you, guys. You're doing a wonderful job. I don't see any comments that are inappropriate. That's not a cue for you guys to start putting inappropriate comments. Stop, or they will block you. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So I did get to a point where I was getting some comments when I had no moderators. I was getting some comments that needed to be moderated. Okay. And I was late in seeing them because as you probably know, sometimes I'm a little wordy when it comes to answering questions, right? And so I'll miss a comment. Like an example of a spam comment is, I'll make your thumbnails, I'll make your thumbnails, I'll make your thumbnails. Or somebody is asking the same question over and over again, and they just keep copy paste, right? Things like that. I've asked moderators to like silence them. They can put them in timeout for like 5 minutes or something like that, right? But there was a time that I had no moderators, and when that happened, I just treated it kind of lightly. When I finally got to that point in the chat, and I think if I recall, it was like 20 minutes later that I noticed that, oh, I see we've got, and I think it was like I can't, it was like something highly inappropriate that somebody said. And somebody basically said, Rob, I think there's a comment here you might want to, I think we've got a problem here, a spammer, somebody you might want to delete, right? And when I finally saw that, then I kind of went through, it's like, oh yeah, no, you're right. Okay, so that's not allowed. Okay, give me 1 second. Click, click, click. Boom. Okay, they're gone. Sorry about that, guys. Right? So that's how I handled it. And so I don't think that's a big deal. So maybe some inappropriate words were left there for longer than I would have liked, but what are you going to do? So, but yeah, so then I reached out and said, hey, Catherine, Scott, you guys are here all the time. Would you like to be moderators? You can kind of, if you ever notice something like that, you can just delete it for me. And so that's the way I've handled it, and it works well for me. So I don't know what Botrix is or Botrix is. I don't feel like I need anything other than the help of my community. So there you go. How often do you look at your stats and adjust your posting plans? I usually have. Adjust my posting plans. No, my stats don't usually dictate my posting plans at all. I usually have a plan. But it can change. Like if I get too busy, okay, no, I'm too busy. A video's not coming out today. It's going to be a couple days later. So I'm flexible that way. But I do look at my stats too often. I'm looking at them every day, which I shouldn't. I know that. It's just that I'm a numbers guy. I'm an engineer, right? I've always looked at stats and spreadsheets and all this stuff. So I look for trends and things, even though the most important thing is to just make videos your audience wants to see. So I should listen to my own advice. All right, let's see what else we got here. I'm just going to scroll. Let's see. A measure of success, moderators in the chat. That's right. That's right. Or a measure of, the number of inappropriate comments I get. I don't know. Moderators are the unsung heroes of the live streams. Totally agree. They're keeping the ship afloat. Thank you, Scott. Yes, thank you, Scott. Thank you, Catherine. Let's see now. Okay, there's a question. I like that. Aloha, Rob. Aloha. Barefoot lawn? My channel is about me showing my journey in basic lawn care and senior health. No speaking, just the natural sounds around. I have a speaking disability. Am I at a disadvantage? So I would say no. So I don't know. I don't know what your disability is, speaking disability. I don't know the extent or whatever, and I don't know anything about your channel. So I'll speak in general terms. Anytime you think a disability or something you can't do that others can, anytime you perceive that as a potential disadvantage, I would almost always flip that around and say that's your advantage, that's your superpower. Think about a way that you might be able to use that to your advantage. Like, and again, I don't know your specific situation, so I can't give you a specific example, but I don't know, like if somebody, I don't know. I get this a lot. So somebody who has a thick accent, and what I mean by that is they don't speak English normally as their first language. They speak another language, and when they try to speak English, even though they can, their accent is a lot different than the audience they're trying to attract or they think will be watching their videos, right? So that is a thick accent. Because really, what is a thick accent? Thick just means whoever is saying that, they don't understand it, whereas the speaker probably understands it perfectly well. So yeah, that's kind of a, anyway. But yeah, anytime from my own personal experience, anytime somebody is speaking English where their regular language is not English, like English is not their first language, I appreciate that they're trying because I likely won't be able to understand anything if they spoke in their regular language. So that person, though, often thinks that's a disadvantage. They're at a disadvantage because they have an accent or because English is not their first language. But I will flip that around and say that is your superpower. That's part of who you are. That's part of your personality, your like the language you speak, whatever. Like your whole package. That's part of it. And if you're going to put yourself in your videos, which again, that's what I like to preach. That's part of it. And whatever your package, however you present yourself, when you start getting subscribers, you will naturally be getting subscribers who like that total package, including your accent, right? Including the issue with your speech, with your speaking, right? Not knowing what it is, but you know what I mean. So maybe there's a way. I mean, maybe not, but I would think long and hard about how you might be able to use that to your advantage, as long as it's part of who you are, right? Like, how do you interact with people in everyday life? And maybe there's a way, and you could be, I don't know. Like, I don't want to say, because I have no idea. I was just going to say you could be known as the guy who has a funny accent or a different accent. I don't want to say funny accent. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm putting my foot in my mouth, but trying not to. Yeah. Typically, I think of perceived disadvantages as potential advantages. Okay? And it might take some time to sit down and maybe brainstorm how you might make that work. Okay? So I hope that helps. Okay. Question: when you explain and give your insight on how to grow, it feels doable. Good. But if we are doing most these things, these things and still things are like a snail, then what? It's difficult to stay. Okay, so I think what you're saying is you're taking most of the advice and you're still not growing fast. You're growing like a snail, right? Is that what you mean? It's difficult to stay motivated. Yeah, okay. So I get that. It can be difficult to stay motivated. You got to remind yourself why you're doing it, right? Like maybe views are not what you should be chasing. Maybe just kind of reframe yourself every once in a while. Remind yourself, why are you doing this? You're trying to help people. If you're trying to turn it into a business and it's not working, then try to look at ways you can change your approach. But let me just say though that I mean, growth doesn't always increase. Like, growth, as you grow a channel, there's ups and downs. There is. If you're in a prolonged down period, just know that as long as you are continually trying to serve your audience and trying to continually get better at making videos, then you will turn that around. You will get better at making videos. More people will like your videos. You just have to stay focused on that. Just try to get better at making videos, and you have to enjoy it. You really have to. Like, I can tell you all the things that I think you should work on, but if you're not having fun with any of it, then it's probably not going to work. So you have to enjoy it and try to think about what you like about it. Like, why are you doing it? Like, why are you making videos? Why do you want to make YouTube videos? Do you actually like making YouTube videos? Or like, what's your favorite part of it? Is it the editing? Do you love editing? Most people I hear from don't. They think that's the hardest part, and they just don't like it. But some people love it. That's what they love. So remind yourself what you love about it. Do you love seeing yourself in a video when it's done? Do you love actually talking to the camera? Do you love designing thumbnails? The fact that you're growing a library of videos with you in them talking about various topics, and over time there's going to be a huge library that people could go watch of you helping people with something, right? That alone I think is pretty cool. So remind yourself why you're doing it, and that might help. What kind of microphone do you use for your live streams? I use the Synco Mic D2, and there should be a link to it in my description below. SYNCO, Synco Mic D2, and I have it plugged in to, actually, let me grab my phone. I'll show you. I haven't shown you this yet. Grab my phone. It's wavy out there. And I'll just show it to you right up here. It's that mic right there, Synco. Where is it? Right there. Synco Mic D2 is the mic, and it is plugged into that Scarlett 2i2 by Focusrite. It's an audio interface. And let me just put this on this little tripod like that. There. And we'll come back here. Me. There. All right, so yes, that's what I use for my lives. And my Zoom calls too, that's what I use. Or anytime I make a video here at my desk, I use that. But when I'm outside, I use the DJI mics, one of these. I love those. Portable, wireless, they're great. Scott says, you were testing a Rode mic for live streaming last week. No? Yes, I was, and I sent it back. I didn't notice a good enough improvement in the audio. In fact, I think it was worse in my case. So it was the Rode Pod mic is what I got, and I've already sent it back. Actually, no, I haven't dropped it off yet, but it's packaged up to go back to Amazon. In my case, I like this shotgun mic because it's directional. It only picks up my voice because that's what it's pointed at. It's pointed right at my mouth pretty much. Can you tell? So this is where I'm standing here when I'm talking, or sitting, I mean, and it's right here, fairly close. I don't know, what is it? It's like, well, what is that, 8 inches or whatever? Can you see? I don't know. It's less than 2 feet from my mouth, and it only picks up in this direction. It doesn't pick up anything beside or on this side or even behind it, right? So that's what I like about shotgun mics. One of the things I noticed with the Rode, and it's no slight against Rode, it'd be any mic like that, is it was picking up like here. I just wrote something on with my pen on a pad of paper, right? The Rode was picking up every noise, like typing, moving my mouse on my desk, writing, like it was picking up everything, and I didn't like that. So I sent it back. I think it'd be really great in like a podcast type of situation. That's the kind of mic it is for, if it was really close to your mouth, right? But in my case, I don't love the look of the microphone right here. Like if I had it below me and you can see it here, it's going to partially cover me. So some people put it here or here, right? But the closer you can put a mic to your mouth, the better it'll sound. And like I tried it up here and it was okay, but it was no better than what this is. In fact, again, it was picking up too much other stuff. So yeah, anyway, yeah, I sent it back. You see Peanut? Where's Peanut? Oh, yep, she's in the back. Say hi, Peanut. Peanut, say hi. Anyway, they're your Peanut fix. All right, what else we got? Dirt Princess, good call on the new mic. This one is more dynamic. You sound better. Thank you very much. AI Lig. Well, it's a video-centric platform. You invest time in your editing skills. Good video quality is the key to many doors. Love that statement. Yeah, but I don't know what you were responding to. Somebody else. I must have missed that. Oh, I see it. I hate editing. It's the thing which takes the longest, and I am never happy with the final results. Yeah, a lot of people don't like the editing, but yeah, it's a big part of it. And I highly recommend you do your own editing, because if you start hiring people to do it for you, that'll get costly. A lot of people out there offering to edit my videos and make my thumbnails and all that stuff, but I have so far avoided all that. I just do it myself. And you'll learn from doing it yourself. Let's see. How do you recommend tagging and hashtagging companies to get brand deals? Do you always put your location when posting? No, I don't put my location when posting. I don't know why. It doesn't really matter. So it's not something I do. Uh, Tagging and hashtagging, I don't hashtag, with one exception. You may notice if you see one of my videos that has a Nexus Clips ad in it, that means that's a sponsored video. I do have hashtag Nexus Clips in for those videos because they asked me to do that. Okay, that's the only reason I do that. And the only reason they asked me to do that is because they want to be able to easily and quickly search for videos that have that hashtag in it. So they can see and watch the videos that I make or any other creator that they sponsor. So it's a way to quickly sort through videos or identify videos. Like if I wanted to, I don't know, maybe I could create a playlist or a series of videos on, let's say, camera confidence, right? And maybe Rob's camera, like hashtag Rob's camera confidence. And then maybe I came up with that and I put that at the top of all videos that I make that are to do with camera confidence. Then I could send an email out to everybody or make a post that say, oh, if you want to see all my camera confidence videos, just search for hashtag Rob's camera confidence and they'll all pop up, right? I haven't done that. That's not, to me, that's just complicated. I don't know. So it's certainly not necessary to help get your videos found. No, I don't believe it would help you get brand deals, right? That's not how I would approach that. So anyway, my thoughts on that. I've just passed 200 subs with 1,600 watch hours. How good is that? That's fantastic. That's awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. Yep, awesome. This mic you're on now always sounds great. Yeah, thanks. I like it. I like it. And it's not new. Like I've had this mic for, well, ever since I started this. So 5 years, I think. 5 years now. I see Peanut. Yeah, she's so fluffy. Yes, she is. She needs a haircut. It's due. You know what? Spring has sprung. I don't know. You saw the waves out there in the ocean. There's no ice left. And I'm in shorts today. It's once April 1st came, it's like that's it. I mean, most people around here are still in pants, jeans, or whatever, but not me. I'm trying to bring on summer. It's not that warm. It's what is it? 7 degrees Celsius outside. Some people think that's a little bit chilly for shorts, but not me. Just walk faster, you'll stay warmer. Hi, Rob, watching you from Melbourne, 4 a.m. Can the algorithm push videos with mixed languages in one video? Well, the algorithm doesn't push. It's the way you got to think about it is, do people want to watch a video like that? So actually, so there's somebody that I'm working with who has a channel and he's got videos on his channel in 2 different languages. Like he'll make one video in English and one video in another language. And I don't recommend doing that because, if let's say you watch an English video and then all of a sudden the next video is in whatever, French, but the people who watch the English video, they probably don't speak French. So they're not going to, when they come out with that French version, they're not going to be interested in it. So that's just, it's not good. It's the same sort of reason why you always want to target the same audience. So in this case, decide what language you're targeting, right? If you want to mix languages, the way I'd normally suggest you do that is, like, let's say you make an English video, but there's a part in the video where somebody's speaking Spanish. Well, then I would subtitle, like hard code subtitle, the Spanish part in English subtitles on the video. Don't rely on the caption system from YouTube. Like treat that video as a 100% all English video so that if there's any Spanish in there, translate that for the viewer who doesn't have captions on, who thinks or thought it was an English video only, so that, right? So that's what I would do. And then as far as somebody else, maybe who is Spanish, who wants to watch your video in Spanish, then just leave that up to YouTube. YouTube will translate. It's not always perfect. And if you're concerned about that, you can translate and upload another language. I never do that. To me, that's too much work. I'm English. I'm making English videos. If somebody wants to watch my videos in another language, awesome. And YouTube is making that a possibility, and they're getting better and better at doing that. And the clearer people talk in their videos, the better YouTube will get at more accurately translating them and making those subtitles available to people. So that's how I would handle that. Let's see. Okay, I answered that. Answered that. Question. I have over 25,000 subs. Congrats, that's awesome. Apart from a small percentage of videos, most of my videos only get around 10% of that number in views, normally 2,500. It drives me nuts. Does it bother you? No. No, doesn't bother me. And it's normal. It's normal. I don't get 90, or I was going to say 90, I don't get 100,000 views on all my videos. It's been, I think the last video I made that had over 100,000 views is like 8 months ago, maybe 10 months ago, quite a while ago. My last, I don't know, I'm getting 3, 4, 5,000 views lately, which is only 5% of how many subscribers I have. So no, the numbers don't correlate. It all depends on, so how new are your subscribers? If it took you 10 years to get those subscribers, 80% of them might not even be on YouTube anymore. So there's that. Right? So the newer your subscribers are, the better. Yeah, it's got more to do with who's watching your videos. So no, you can't let that, well, I mean, you can. I was going to say you can't let that bother you. Try not to let that bother you because it's normal. Totally normal. Question, I'm working on my new channel. I am doing a vlog on my journey to a new life after cancer, documenting the process of treatment and then beyond. Awesome. I don't see a question in there, but maybe was there a part 2? No. I think that's great. I think documenting a journey of any kind, health related like yours, or documenting a move, or documenting road to fitness, documenting, maybe you want to lose 50 pounds, right? Documenting yourself learning to play the guitar. Any of those types of journey type videos, I think, are fantastic because those are things people will search for. In your case, think of how many people get diagnosed with cancer all the time, right? Right? Somebody today, I'm sure, got a diagnosis that maybe you've had and you've gone through it. And or going through it, right? I mean, the first thing I would do, I'd probably come home and start searching. Like, how do I do this? How do I do that? And what am I to expect? And try to think about all the questions you had at the beginning of your journey. Other people are going to have those questions. If you can start answering those questions for the hypothetical person, maybe the you from a year, 2 years, 5 years ago, make videos for that person. And document your journey 100%. People will follow that, and maybe concentrate on some search keywords. I would, because again, people search for those things more so than watch. They search for it. They'll watch something, and then they'll be suggested other ones, right? And you may pop up if you craft your title and thumbnail in a way that you'll be found in search. So yeah, no, I think that's a great idea. Great idea. Does asking for viewers to subscribe help, or do people do it anyways? I think generally speaking, people will do it anyways. If they really want to hear from you again, or if people really want to hear from me again, generally speaking, they know to subscribe. Okay, that is a signal to YouTube that yes, I want more of this. If you feel your audience doesn't know that, then you can mention it. I wouldn't spend too much time mentioning it. I certainly wouldn't mention it at the beginning of your video. That's prime real estate in your video. You need to start getting to the point of your video so you can keep people watching. But towards the end, right, you're not going to convince somebody to subscribe to you who doesn't like your content. So don't think that way, because some people think, well, the earlier I mention it and ask people to subscribe, the more people will be watching then. so maybe more people will subscribe. No, that's not the way it works. The way to think about it is the longer you wait towards the end of your video, yes, fewer people are watching, but more of the right people are watching. Like the people who are still watching your video at the end are the people who really liked what your video was all about and will perhaps want to watch more. That's the time to ask people to subscribe or like, or and to introduce yourself, tell them who you are, and what they can expect in the next video. Things like that those would be good times to ask. Okay. Had a good question above. Up your alley. I missed that. Rob, love. Okay. Oh, I can't search for that. Let me type love yourself. Love yourself. How do I release the negative thoughts that my videos don't matter because there are so much YouTubers? Yeah, that kind of falls in line or along the lines of I don't believe two ways to say this. I don't believe any niche is oversaturated or saturated. Sorry, yeah, oversaturated shouldn't be a word. That's saturated should be enough. I don't believe anything is saturated. Or another way to say that is every niche is saturated, right? Doesn't mean you can't start a YouTube channel today and succeed. Negative thoughts that your videos don't matter. Of course they matter. People will, all you got to do is make a video and put it out there. And as you start to get subscribers and views, it's from people who wanted to hear what you had to say, right? And it might not happen with the first video, right? It might, because usually for most of us, our first videos are going to suck. They're not going to be good. And that's okay. Leave them on your channel. That's part of the learning process for you. And the more you do it, as long as you enjoy it, try to put those negative thoughts aside. They don't matter. They might make it a little more, what's the word? Challenging for you to make videos if you have those thoughts. But yeah, anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. You are the one sec. It's time for a drink. I'm stumbling over my words. Good afternoon from California, Sandra. Your videos do matter so much because there's so much YouTubers. You're never going to be able to find a niche that has not been done. Okay, everything is saturated, or again, nothing is saturated because you've never made videos in the niche that you want to make videos in. Okay, you can make a video that talks about the same things that other people talk about, but you might have your own way of delivering that information. You being on camera, your presence, people need to hear. I believe everybody has a group of people out there waiting for them to make a video. Think about it that way. You got a tribe out there of people who are perfect for you. They want to watch your videos. Like, think 5 years down the road. 5 years from now, if you stick with this and you keep leveling up your video making skills and you keep trying to be helpful to a small group of people or a well-defined group of people, 5 years from now, you're going to be amazing at it. And you're going to have a library of 100, 200, 500 videos or whatever it is, right? And you're going to have a large group of subscribers who all signed on to listen to you and to hear your perspective on these things that, yes, other people are making videos about, sure, but not the way you do, right? It's not you saying the same thing. Like, I get people telling me, Rob, I saw this video and this guy was talking about this thing here, and I'd just be interested to hear what your thoughts are. I think that's great. So somebody's asked me to make a video about something that somebody else has already made a video about, right? So that right there tells me, okay, so someone wants to hear what I have to say about that. That's awesome. Even though, so it's not the information that they want. They can get that information somewhere else. They might just want another perspective, my thoughts on it. So, your thoughts are your thoughts. And there are people, you can grow a community of people who would love to hear what you have to say about it. And I believe everybody's got that group of people out there waiting for it. They're waiting for you to make your videos. So don't keep them waiting, is my advice. Alrighty. Next is Journey. I just audited my channel and deleted shorts with copyright and shorts policy. Hopefully this helps in some sort of way. Yeah, it might. It might. It might, yeah. Yeah, you don't want to have stuff on your channel that has copyright issues for sure. So hopefully that helps. Oh, I like that. Here, let me go find that. Post that up here. I like the way you said that right here. Onyes. It's taken the algorithm 3 months to find my audience, but it definitely now has. And now new subs are going back to the older videos, which is what people always say, but wow. Congratulations, that's awesome. Way to stick with it, and yeah, that's the way it works. It sometimes takes a while to figure out who your audience is, for the algorithm to figure that out. They're trying, and every time you post a video to your channel, that's more data for the algorithm to learn who you're trying to reach, and they want to get better at it too. It's not like you're trying to force YouTube to find people for you. Come on, please find more people for me. It's not like that at all. They want to find the people. They just need you to help them by staying on topic, keep talking to that well-defined group of people, and once they find them, yeah, once you get subscribers, it's awesome when you see those subscribers go back and watch all your other videos. And I've seen that before too, where videos doing this, maybe leveled off, then all of a sudden one video does really well, but you can also see all of the other videos start doing better too, because people will go back into your catalog and watch some of those. So yeah, even videos that you post today that may not be doing well, their story's not over, right? Because that potentially viral video that you're going to make next month might add thousands of views to all of your other videos, right? That's kind of the way it works. So yeah, a viral video, and I'm not saying that everyone's going to go viral. That doesn't always happen. But if it does happen, it's not just that video that benefits from it. It's all of your other videos too. So. Okay. When we place videos as unlisted, does that remove the views for those videos as well? I wouldn't say it removes the views, but like the watch hours wouldn't count, right? Like if you're talking about getting monetized in the 4,000 watch hours, it's 4,000 public watch hours. Okay, so yeah, I would only unlist videos like the views. It can't really remove, like, I guess it depends on where you're at. Like if you're monetized and you've made money on a video from the views it got, and then you unlist that video, it's not like YouTube can take that money back, right? It's just that that video is not going to get any new views, right? I love that. Scott, nobody else can be just like you. I bet your uniqueness is the you in your channel. Keep going. Well said. Well said. Clicks that create smiles. Love the name. Rob, what is the most valuable lesson you've learned from your first live stream? That it's not as hard as I was making it out to be. I was nervous. I was really nervous. And it ended up going amazingly well. I mean, not perfect. There's hiccups here and there, but you just roll with them. And no one's going to die if I mess something up in a live stream. I mean, at the end of the day, you can delete a live stream if you want afterwards. So it's not like it's set in stone and this is my one shot at getting this right. So with knowing that safety net is out there, should make you feel a little bit better. But yeah, the most valuable lesson that I learned by far, actually, was that, how do I want to word it? Well, that I can do it, It's not hard. Like I built this thing up, live stream. My God, live stream, that sounds so hard. Like, how am I going to do that? What if this goes wrong? What if I don't know how to answer that? What if blah, blah, blah? The tech, what if my camera shuts off? What, blah, blah, blah. All kinds of things racing through my head, and not being somebody comfortable speaking in front of crowds, right? I was really nervous, and but at the end of the day, it was fine. I mean, usually when you go live for the first time, not many people show up, and I think I had 3 or 4 people showed up, which ended up being awesome because as soon as you notice that people are there, you can start interacting with them. Like just, you're doing your thing, nobody's watching, nobody will be there when you first start your live. So that's one thing I don't think I realized when I did my first one. Like I clicked go live and it's like, okay, I think we're live. And I'm looking, it's like, no, it doesn't look like anyone's here. Okay. Um, and then I think maybe my son showed up because I told him I was doing it. I said, would you please show up and ask me a question or something? Like, so you can do that if you have somebody, but in hindsight, I didn't need to do that. But I did. And yeah, then I just started doing my thing. I had something ready, written down that I was going to talk about or demonstrate, and I knew how to share my screen. I figured that out. And I just started, and then I noticed, at one point, I guess I noticed, sorry, I got sidetracked. Somebody showed up. And as soon as I noticed that, it's like, oh, hey, first viewer. And I don't know if this is what I said, but let me know. Thanks for dropping in. If there's anything you want me to answer, let me know. Feel free to ask questions. Let me know where you're from. I'd love to know that. Anyways, what we were talking about was blah, 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 and then I get back into it, right? So try to be interactive like that. But anyway, yeah, no, that's the most valuable lesson that I learned was that it's not as hard as I was making it out to be. Where'd we go? Lisa, we've been going 3 months. We've been going 3 months and we are just starting to see some traction. It's exciting. Awesome. Congrats, Lisa. The springboard voice. I've been blogging for 30 years and decided to go the video route. We'll see if the success of the blogs carries forward. Well, awesome. That sounds good. Sounds like fun. Have fun with it. Okay. Let's see, what else we got for questions? I said I was going to be here for 60 to 90 minutes, and it's already been close to 120. Another 10 minutes or so, and then I'll have to book. Rob, can you show a peek at your eCam setup with that live demo mode so people can see the side-by-side layout? Yes, I can. What was the options? How do I do that again? Oh, there it is. Options, live demo mode. Is this going to work? If I do that, turn on live demo mode. Okay, now I got to share that screen, right? So if I go me and my screen, but I've got it. Oh, that's the Nexus clips that I tried to find. I have to change the screen. This one? No, this one. Change that to my other display. Secondary display. No. Primary display. There. So, Scott, according to what you tell me, you guys should be able to see my eCam now. Yes, it looks like you can. No, it doesn't look like you can. Can you see this? There's my eCam setup. Oh yeah, it looks like you can. So I got the comments coming in here. So eCam Live, for those who don't know, sorry, they've renamed it. It's just called eCam, E-C-A-M-M. It's software that runs on a Mac that allows you to live stream or record sessions like this. I'm just live streaming. I'm not recording right now. It says right here, I've been live for 1 hour and 53 minutes. It's pulling in all the chats in here. Right now, I'm sorting them by QQQ. I can X that out, and it just brings in all of the chats. Okay. Then you got your sound levels down here. You've got your different scenes here, overlays. As you notice, I have not organized these ones, but yeah, no, I can't click away from this screen. The new eCam logo is puke-inducing. Yeah, I didn't. I went to look for eCam to launch it, and I look over at my what's it called, your dock or whatever, and I couldn't find it. And then I realized, oh, it's a new logo. So, and then some camera effects here. Zoom, if you want to integrate eCam with Zoom, you do it here. Oh, here. So so my screen share, I want to change that to primary display. Oh, I did there. This one, change that to primary for the shorts feed, even though I don't think the shorts feed is working. So yeah, this is Ecamm Live. Okay, and I can click on a message here. So Tori in Oregon, I can click her message and it shows up here. Thank you, living with Judith. I'll give it a shot. Melodies in 11 months, I've done 90 long form and 300 plus shorts. Stuck at 197. Please help. Yeah, no, it's frustrating. I get it. There's just a big blue swoosh in the middle for me. Oh, is that true? So you guys can't see it? Okay, maybe. Huh. Oh, you know what? On the okay, yeah. No, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I think there's some hiccups still with the dual mode. So let me get out of this. Let me get this off of. So yeah, Scott, that's the first time I've ever done that live video mode. Oh, it just starts showing it as seen. It just okay. You were still seeing it all. Okay, but now you're probably seeing me. Now it's off. Yep. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I'm still gonna have to do some testing with that. I've not ever really done that. Let's see. Anaholics, how you doing? Imagine that you get a free camera that is better than your phone in every way, including weight, user-friendly, etc. The camera has a value of 50,000. Would you use it or will you use your phone? That's an odd question. Sorry, I don't. I get a free camera. So somebody just gave me a $50,000 camera, which is better than my phone in every way. Would you use it or will you use your phone? Yeah, that doesn't guarantee that I'll use it, honestly. I guess that's a good question. No, I'd probably still use my phone. Well, here's an example. I bought the Osmo Pocket 3, even though the 4's coming out soon, so I hear. And you know, I've used it once, but not as the primary. It's expensive. In my mind, it's better in every way than a phone. It's lighter. It'll do 4K 60. There's some things about it that I'm just not used to, and I'm not sure I can justify keeping it. I may send that back too. But again, but if it was free, then you know what? The phone is just easy. I always have my phone with me, and it's just easy. One thing I noticed with the Osmo Pocket 3 is, and I even had a chat with ChatGPT about it, like I don't find the picture looks as good as it does on the phone. And it basically said, yeah, well, you know, film in what's it called, D-Log M or something, and then you can, you know, drop a LUT in or color correct it or whatever. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do. I like that the iPhone just automatically processes things in manual, easy peasy mode, and I can just adjust the contrast a little bit and the saturation a little bit. Boom, done. Like, I think your workflow has a lot to do with it. It's whatever you get used to doing. I got used to filming with my phone. It is always on me. I know that if I'm outside and I decide I want to make a video and I didn't think I was going to, so I did not bring my selfie stick, I did not bring my microphone, and I only have, like, if I go for a run, I went for a run last week, first time in like 3 months. I want to get back into that. But when I go for a run, I have my phone with me, and this is how I run. Phone in this hand, glasses in this hand. Okay? Because I track my runs and stuff like that, right? Or even if I go for a walk, these are the two things I bring. And these can sit on my head if I don't need them. I don't ever need these unless I'm reading something. So if I wanted to check my phone, I need them, right? So sometimes I'll answer comments on my phone. So bottom line is, this is always with me. These are always with me. If I had a $50,000 camera that I didn't have to pay for, I probably wouldn't bring it with me on a run or a walk because that's a third thing I need on me. And, it would be inconvenient. So, but would I use it sometimes? Sure, probably. I like the idea of filming myself so I can show you guys how I film myself, right? That is a good reason to have a second camera, whatever that is. The Pocket 3, the $50,000 camera, whatever, a GoPro, whatever. Doesn't really matter. A drone, oh, I can make some videos with this. I got this little toy a little while ago. What's it called? The Neo. It's like a $300 or $200 little drone that'll follow me around. So I'm going to use that in some videos soon, and I'll talk about that a bit. So that one I am going to keep. It's fun. So, but yeah, no. To answer your question, Anaholics, I don't think I would. I probably wouldn't. I just want to use my phone. I don't need anything more than this, and I need a phone. Like I need to be able to message people, and like I do work through this. Like I make Loom videos on this. I message my Creators Growth Project students and whatnot with this. I answer emails with this. I take it with me wherever I go. And it so happens to take fantastic video. Audio not so good, but if I make a video and I don't happen to have my mic, it's not the end of the world. Only a week or two ago I uploaded a video that mic wasn't on. I think I corrupted it or something. I don't know. Anyway, I still uploaded the videos, fine. So anyway, another long answer. My point is that you are basically proving to your viewers that you can have a channel with just an iPhone. If you would use a $50,000 camera, then that would ruin that. Okay, yeah, no, I guess that would, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it would be hard to say all you need is an iPhone if I was using a $50,000 camera to make my videos. Yes, I agree with you there. So walk the walk. In other words, I should probably make videos the way I tell you guys that I think that's all you need to make videos. So yeah, another reason why I may return that Osmo Pocket 3. I think it's cool. I think it's great. It is a little bit lighter than the phone. It's just another thing I would have to carry. So there you go. Point taken. I do love my Pro 5. Pro 5? Is that GoPro 5? The drone shots will look nice over St. Margaret's. Yes, yes. I want to do that, but maybe get some good B-roll. But what I'm imagining is, like with this thing, you just fly it with hand controls. It takes off like this, and you can tell it to back up and close your fist and hand signals. I can send it up in the air, and I can say, okay, I want you up in front of me, and as I walk, it'll just keep its distance from me and back up and capture me recording myself with my phone. Right, so you guys can see. So this is a great little tool. It'll follow me. I can tell it to follow me from behind, follow me off to the side and up 50 feet, 100 feet in the air. Right, you can do that with this. Now it only has about 10 minutes of battery life, or 15, or something like that, before you have to change the battery. But you can still get some great B-roll shots. So that'll be fun. Crazy question, Rob, but do you know if the YouTube creator can tell who is sending floating hearts and smiles on YouTube live shows? Nope, I cannot. Well, maybe there's a way, but I don't know what it is. So I see the hearts going, but I don't know who's making them go. Thank you. I'm glad you like what you're seeing, what you're hearing. I like using the Pocket 3 and editing in DaVinci Resolve. Awesome. Those are two great things, and if that's working for you, don't stop. That's the thing too. Like whatever you use to make videos with, that's what you should use. That's what I believe. To a point. Like maybe if you're just using your laptop camera, eventually you might want to upgrade that. But again, I've seen people do well with just that. So your message is far more important than the quality of your videos. The picture quality and the audio quality of your videos. So there. How many questions did I miss today? A lot? Let me search for one more. Your studio reminds me of the cockpit of World War II bomber. Have you ever thought about becoming a pilot? No, I have not. I do not like heights. So I would not be a good pilot. When you get monetized, should you agree to letting third-party advertisers and such have access to channel insights? That's not a privacy issue, is it? I've not put much thought into that, quite honestly. The way I look at stuff like that, if anybody wants to, mention my channel or take a snippet out of my channel and put it in a video, I really don't have that much of a problem with that. If anything, it might help with my branding. Gets my face out there a little bit more. So, yeah, I don't personally have a problem with that, but some people might. How many hours is best posting before doing a live stream? I don't think they correlate. I don't think that matters. You can start live streaming at any time. And my advice would be to start live streaming before you think you want to start live streaming, right? Because you're going to want to practice. Your first one is going to be practice, right? That's the way I would look at it. And just start whenever. Like, 5 subscribers, 0 subscribers, right? People might still find you. I think I was at a couple hundred or 300 or 500 or something. I don't remember now. Maybe 300 or something like that subscribers when I did. But I know, like, some people ask me, should I wait till I have 10,000 subscribers before I go live? No. You're missing an opportunity. Missing an opportunity to practice going live, and missing an opportunity to maybe reach new people, and to build relationships with your customers or viewers, clients, potential clients. I'm the opposite of Scott. I need things easy. I've done many lives, but have never done anything more than go live from my Mac. What would be the next thing I could add to my lives? Next thing you could add to your lives. You ever shared a screen? I think if you just go live from your Mac, I think the next thing I would probably do is to get a little monitor to put beside your Mac and plug it into your Mac, and now you have a second screen. Now you have a screen where you can just put a browser on that screen and go to a website or launch a slideshow or whatever, and you can share that screen with people. So that would be my first thing to do. If you're already going live on your Mac, it would be that. A mic, I think, Heidi, I think you do have a DJI mic though, am I right? So you're fine with audio. Yeah. That's all you need. Honestly, for live streams, when I first started my live streams, I thought I needed multiple cameras and a way to switch between them and stuff. But I like tech stuff too, right? So part of that is hobby related. Like, I like it, so I'm doing it and I want to learn about it. But do you need it to get your message across? Absolutely not. The Osmo Pocket 3 is kind of cool in that it'll follow you around if you put it in tracking mode. So if I wanted to get up and walk around and this was an Osmo Pocket 3, it would follow me around the room. That's kind of cool. I like that. But is it necessary? Probably not. Well, it depends on what you're doing. If you want to live stream yourself out in the yard raking leaves and you're not standing in one spot and you want something to track you around, then it might be very useful. And you can have a mic on that's wireless and the other end plugged into your Mac so that people could still hear you very easily, even though you're 50 feet away from the camera. That'd be kind of neat. But anyway, no. And besides that, the next thing to try live, Heidi, might be to do it from a different place. Like for me, I went to the beach and I did a live remotely, a remote live. You can try that. But before you do that, test your connection. You want to make sure because then you'd probably be going live from just your phone. You want to test your data, your cell phone connection, your mobile connection to the mobile network, right? You want to make sure you have enough upload speed, link speed, bandwidth, I guess is the term. And I've got a video on that in the Live Streaming Made Easy course that I know you've got access to, if you ever want to try that. But that might be fun, just a new way. But one thing to note, when you're going live from your phone, one thing that's different is that uh, looking at the chats. They're going to be on the screen. So I have a bit of a hard time with that because I then need these, my glasses outside, which I don't usually wear outside, and I have to get right up close to the phone to read them, right? So something else you can do, this is getting a little bit more complicated, but where is it? Oh, it's here. You could bring your iPad and tether it to your phone wirelessly so that it has internet too, and then go to your, I'm getting complicated now, I know, but with your iPad, you could navigate to using your browser to your live stream and just bring up the chat on your iPad, right? And then you're using your iPad to read the chats, and the phone could be set up on a tripod far away. Anyways, you didn't ask about that, but talked about it anyways. Heidi, you can share your screen direct from YouTube when live. Yes, yes, you can. Well, that's a good question. Anaholics, you live in one of the most beautiful places in the world. Thank you. I think so, but you're right. There's a lot of them. Would you ever consider to film or photograph your area just to make art? Probably not, just because that's really not my thing, I guess. I'm not an artist. I don't know. I like making videos. I mean, but to me, like in my mind, yeah, I want to do more B-roll shots of the area, the ocean, take a drone over the ocean and maybe get some shots of me sailing or something like that. Kayaking, going out to the islands, stuff like that. I think would be cool to have in a video. At one point, I thought about making a channel about St. Margaret's Bay, Nova Scotia, and I could just drive around in a boat and with a drone and take videos and make all kinds of videos about this whole area. That's certainly something I could do, but I don't have time for that. I'm busy with this channel, and I like doing what I'm doing. So may some of that kind of thing start showing up in some of my videos? I'd like to think so. I think I'd like to do some more of that. So maybe. Photography? No, that's not really my thing. I love looking at nice photos, but not taking them. I'm not much of a photographer. Mrs. G, he met a fox recently. Do you ever encounter dangerous wildlife? Actually, I just answered that today. Somebody asked me that. Maybe it was you? I don't know. But yeah, no, I did meet a fox. What video was that? Maybe 5 or 6 or 7 videos ago. One of the videos where I'm on a snowy trail. Towards the end of the video, a fox was running towards me on the trail, and it was quite far away. I couldn't quite tell what it was, and it was running and getting closer and closer, and I was in the middle of making a video, and I stopped and I kind of turned the camera around so you guys could see it. I've got it in that video. What video was that? I'll find it. I will find it here. I can share my screen. That's probably the wrong screen now because I changed it. Yeah, let me change my screen here. We've got to go to the tertiary. Is that the right one? Yes. And here, tertiary, right there. Okay, so here's my channel. And if I'm looking back, I think it might have been this one. Is it this one? I know it was snowy. It wasn't that one. Maybe it was this one. Yes, I think it was this one. Yes, it was right here. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, geez, Fox just... Is that a...
Can you guys
subscribers? Oh, geez, Fox just... Is that a fox or a bobcat?
I didn't know if it was a bobcat or not. So I turned it around.
What are you?
It was running towards me.
Something's walking towards me. Running towards me.
Then it stopped. It was still running. I don't know if you guys can see that.
I think it's a fox. Okay, he stopped. Let me try to zoom in, see if you can see him.
There, see? Can you tell that's a fox?
That's definitely a fox.
Anyway.
Okay, that was fun. I don't know. Why don't I turn around and go the other way, and you can tell me if he starts following me.
So there you go. So that was this one here from 3 weeks ago. Can YouTube be the business? That was the video. Go and check that out. So yeah, that was fun. Do you get any watch hours from shorts? No, they don't count. Watch hours from shorts don't count. There's no 0% of watch hours from shorts count. The volume is so different from the video you were playing on your live. Your live is much lower volume, and I have my laptop on. Oh, that was louder, was it?
So today I'm going to begin a public experiment.
Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Geez, I'm losing track of time. You know what? It's been 2 hours and 20 minutes of this. This was supposed to be 60 to 90 minutes. I'm gonna have to bolt. So, thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll be back live again next Tuesday. Again, what I want I'm going to remind people. I'm not going to say this all the time, I don't think, but just a reminder that I've set up a donation page for Kids Help Phone to help kids in Canada with social media or like whatever they need help with. Okay, so I've decided to set this up, and I've got it at the bottom. So this is this live right here. So if you go down here, if anybody ever wants to donate to support Kids Help Phone, I've got a link here that will facilitate that. Something that I'm kind of passionate about right now. Again, I don't think the addiction issue with social media and kids, I don't think it's the fault of creators. But if a creator has a platform that might be able to help kids in some way, then perhaps we should use it. So that's what I thought might be a good way that I could help. I can't think of a better way right now. So there you go. So that's all I've got for this week. One more question. Did this live start earlier than usual? Nope. Started the same time as usual. I've just been here for longer than I thought I would be. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Look for another video from me in the next couple of days, probably Thursday or Friday. I've got 2 ideas. Got to figure out which one I'm going to do first. All right. Take care. Have a great day. See ya.